Yes, welcome to Watea Valley, everybody. And as you can see, the weather is particularly shitty. And the sheep don't seem to be loving it that much, to be honest. Although, this is the first rainy day we've had since we've started this save and worked on this farm. So, perhaps they would appreciate a little bit of rain. What I'm going to do today, guys, is, for a start at least, just go through and just give a bit of an update on where we're at with the farm and perhaps take a look at some of the detail behind the scenes in terms of the amount of time played and a few other stats like that I haven't really shown too much. Also, we'll talk about maybe some of the plans for the future in terms of what we're looking to do with the farm. And we'll rip around in my little lizard rodeo and just check out the work in progress around the farm that we have going on at the moment. Okay, I'll start by, let's just bring up this screen here. And what I wanted to go through here is just give you a bit of an indication on where we're at in terms of time played in the game. And obviously this is only episode 7, but the total amount put into the game, into this particular map so far is 76 hours. So obviously I usually condense each of my episodes down to about 15 to 25 minutes, somewhere in there or thereabouts. And so at the moment, if we just flick across to this next screen here, as you can see, our oldest pieces of equipment are 8 days old. So we're put about a week into the game in terms of game time. So what I tend to do is there's a lot of harvesting and stuff like that, particularly early on, and sowing and fertilizing and all that sort of stuff. I tend to only show a little bit of that, and in the background get that all done, because the last thing you want to do probably is watch a fertilizer or a harvester go round and round and round and round. And so at the moment it seems to be that for about for each episode tend to put about 10 hours of gameplay in, which is all good. It's about getting the farm in a interesting state, and hopefully the videos come across as mildly interesting at least. So that's what's been happening in the background. It looks like it's about 1 episode per game day at the moment I seem to be putting out. There's no rhyme nor reason for that. It's just certain things have happened during a day. So what else have we got going on in the background here? So there goes just some of the settings. If we take a look at our map here, what I've gone ahead and done is these fields up the top here, field number 2 and 3, I have put some soybeans in there, and field 4, which is actually, that looks like 2 fields, it's actually 1. Field 4 I've put in canola, and field 5, our big one up the hill, I've put canola in there too. So if we take a look at what we've actually got on hand at the moment. Now, these numbers here, just for those that are tuned in and don't know, these are not right. These are 4 times the amount that are actually stored. So, 16,000, that's about 4,000 of litres of barley that I actually have. The reason is if you have a look at the map, there's actually 4 silos side by side. The graphics that they have for my silos, or the textures, and I talked to Smith97 who created this map the other day, and he said that's probably the reason that when we go into our prices spreadsheet here, they're going to show 4 times as much as what is really held in the silos. Now when you drive the truck in underneath the silo and it pops up with the amount and the type of grain that you want to load, it always shows the proper amount. So anyway, that's just for those that don't know. So as you can see, I've pretty much fill up with wheat and fill up with I've got a little bit of barley and nothing else really. So I've got the soybeans planted and the canola planted. Now we did have a great demand for barley a few game days ago, and so I'm hedging my bets and thinking that won't happen next. So I've got a ton of wheat in there, and I'm looking to obviously produce a ton of canola and soybean. The other things that I've got going on at the moment, I am producing wool with my sheep. We'll show you that in a minute. And I've got a ton of straw bales here too. And that price just keeps creeping up. So hopefully there'll be some nice dollars to be made there. So there goes a bit of an overview of what's been going on. Let's do a quick tour and then take a look at what our future plans are. But before we do that, I don't know if did I show this? I can't remember. If I'm repeating myself, I apologise. But cleanliness is down to 38%. We need to clean this thing. We'll clean it up, and hopefully that will help the sheep be productive. So I need to jump in my tractor. I could have just walked around the corner, I was too lazy. And just need to scoop this grass back into their trough. We've got 20 sheep now, and in fact we're 15 game hours away from our first reproduced sheep. And at the moment they seem to be, I think it's about one game day per, each game day a new sheep is born, so to speak. But we've only had 20 sheep for a short amount of time. It was every 2 game days. Or maybe it is now 2 game days. I don't know. Oh, hold on, let's take a look. Oh, it is, sorry. It's every 2 game days we produce a new sheep, which is awesome. So you get a sheep for free. It's like compound interest, except it's sheep having sex with each other. Enough said about that. Okay, so what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just very expertly, as you can see, watch out sheep, I'm just picking up all this mess right here, and we're just going to dump it straight back in this trough, and that will, oh Mace, come on, sort your shit out. What am I doing? Come on, seriously. There we go, dumped it, even though it didn't look like. I dumped that straight back in the trough. We are done and dusted, and it won't be showing quite yet, but that will put the cleanliness back up to 99. As you can see there, we've just in the background we've produced a couple of bales of wool. Nowhere near enough to get excited about at this point. I need to get a lot more sheep before that happens. Now, let's take a quick tour around the farm. One thing I do want to do is just reiterate that this is going to be primarily a dairy farm, but I've got a bit of work to do to get myself in a position to actually do that. And so I'll focus on getting just a few of those components ready before I actually go ahead and buy some cows. But here we go, we're in the rain. This bloody wagon here, it is a death trap. Well, maybe it's just mainly the way I drive it. So first thing I want to show you guys is where the dairy farm is going to be, and here it is over here. And I'll just show you a few components that we've been working on. But obviously their dairy farm, they're going to produce milk, the cows, obviously, funnily enough, and you can also sell the animals eventually too. So let's check out what we've got going on here. Jump out of our car. So last episode you would have seen me produce a ton of straw and offload 30 bales in here. What I did is I also decided to offload another 30 bales over in this shed, and look at that, it fits perfectly. Sorry about you guys on the end. The great thing about this map is it actually spawns in with a total mix ration mixer here, which is going to come in very handy once I do get cows, because they are going to need some power food, which is silage, hay and straw mixed together. Now over here are our silage bays, or our silage pits, or silage silos I should say. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to dump a whole lot of grass here and create silage that I'll then need a bucket and a tractor or a telehandler to then dump into the total mix ration mixer over here, or whether I just actually wrap hay bales, those are straw, but hay bales are made out of grass, wrap them in plastic with the plastic wrapping machine, which then will automatically produce silage in a nice little package that I can then dump into the mixer. I'm undecided yet. The good news is around here we do have a bunch of fields that we're going to be able to mow and have plenty of grass to make silage, so that shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. Let me just turn around here. Ooh, just about blew our car up on that fuel tank. So as we burn off down the road here, yeah, that's a couple of things I'm thinking about at the moment, is when do we start buying some cows? Now, while I've only got, what at the moment, the best part of $9,000 in the bank, I do have a lot in grain, and I have got some silage which will just pop up to the biogas plant right now, and you can check out what we've got going on there. This is not safe driving, particularly in these conditions at all, as you can see. So we'll just rip around up here. I haven't sown that field there yet. It's really steep down the other side, so I'm sort of thinking, I don't know if I'll sow that one. Now the great thing about the rain, by the way, if you didn't know, is it cleans all your equipment. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so over here we've got our silage. Oh, let's turn on the indicator here, and we've got 100,000 litres of silage in here, which isn't that much. It's about $50,000 worth. So I'm going to have to start thinking about filling up the next bay beside this one, the next silo, because silage is a fantastic way to make money. It is really, really good, and I've got all the equipment to be able to do it, so I really need to start thinking about it. And one thing I have been doing, just while we're on that subject, that little pause, by the way, the little lag you see there, it's not game performance, it is actually the autosave. I highly recommend getting that mod if you haven't got it. So here goes our one of our fields that we use to mow grass and create silage. And I've been fertilising it this time. It's only one stage of 3 that I've fertilised, so I need to do it again, twice more in fact. And from what I understand, fertilising the field will make a massive difference to the yield you get. In fact, I think it's the same as the crop, so it must be 3 times the yield that you'll get by fertilising it, which means a lot of silage. It means I can make a lot of silage. And here goes the other field, and this was actually a dirt field, and I, as you will recall, those guys that have been watching. Oh, let's do some donuts. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the most pathetic donuts you've ever seen in your life. Here goes some other the mowing equipment over there, which is now rusting in the rain. But yeah, hopefully by putting that fertiliser on there, I'm going to make a tremendous amount of silage, which we'll be able to either sell off or use for the cows or whatever. So here we are over in our main yard. I put all the equipment back under there. I actually water blasted it all to make it nice and clean. Well, I could have just left it out in the rain, couldn't I have? One thing that I have done off screen is I piled up some more straw there, and I even put some in this garage here. So we have got a lot of bales, probably 120 bales in there of straw that I can sell once that price point either goes into great demand or a increased demand. Now here goes a trailer that I bought offline, everybody. It's a tipper, I should say. And I think it's 47,000 litre capacity, which is 17,000 more or 16,000 more than the other one I had. And it hooks up nicely to our truck that we bought last episode. It means a lot less trips down to the store. Let's do a jump here. Woohoo! Ooh, yeah. These got a great centre of gravity. They always right themselves. So there goes my soybeans, and that's field number 3 right there. And if we rip along here, these are very low flying clouds, as you can see. So as we rip along here, you can see we've got it all sown in there. We've got, what have we got? Soybeans are there. No, canola. And then our big field right over here, this is going to be canola. Now, at the moment my silo is full. I don't know whether it's just full for wheat or whether it's full, you know, it doesn't matter what grain you put in, it just fills it right up. So that's going to be a learning. I've completely forgotten from Farming Sim 15 what the guts is there. So anyway, that's what we've got going on over that part of the field. And in fact, what I've got is on this trailer over here, a trailer up the top here, it's actually got a whole lot of grain in it. I can't quite get, maybe if I get up high enough, there we go. Yeah, it's about, what, a third full, maybe a quarter full of grain there, of wheat. I'm just hoping if the next great demand is wheat, we are in the money big time. Okay, so if we have a think about what we're going to do in terms of our next moves, I really want to get some cows going, but I need to make a bit more money. I do have a lot of money in grain and a little bit in silage there and a bit in straw. But in order to be able to look after these animals, I'm going to need to... I've got a water tank, that's fine. I've got straw bales, great. I can make grass bales, no problem at all. Grass. Now, hay bales, it's either hay or silage. I'd probably go for the silage. That means I don't have to buy a tedder for hay, because basically when you mow grass, you use a tedder to flip it over, and then it turns it into hay bales. Straw bales are the light brown, hay bales are greenish. And then the power food, that's a mixture of those things up there, straw, grass and silage or hay. What I'm So cows are $5,000 a piece. So I'd probably buy 5 or 10 for a start, just to make it manageable, and then look to build it up. The same thing that I'm doing with sheep at the moment. I've got 20. I'm going to look to add as many as I can and have a big sheep and beef farm. So with that in mind, things are ticking along quite nicely, as you can see. I'm sorry that there's not much action at the moment in this particular episode. I thought I'd just take an opportunity while the rain's here, just to show you around and see what's going on. Now, it's telling me my Sami Fortis is not economically viable. That's what the red means. It means that the maintenance costs are making it not worthwhile, but I'd have to buy another tractor, and that's not working for me right now. And we'll take one more look at this list here, and we don't have anything that's sticking out saying buy me, or sell me, I should say. So there we go, guys. There's a bit of an update on what the heck is going on around the place. It's a rainy day on the farm, not much we can do. We do have a couple of fields there that are only one growth stage away from being able to be harvested, so we'll take a look at those soon, hopefully. But in the meantime, that's about all we've got for this particular episode. I'll throw this up there so you guys can check it out, and make sure you smash that like button down below, guys. Just let me know that you like it. Throw those comments in there too. It's been great seeing some comments coming through, really good, so thank you very much for that. If you've got any suggestions or anything you'd like to see on the farm, throw that in there. Or if you just want to rip the piss out of me, I've got no problem with that either. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next time. There'll be a bit more action. We'll have a lot going on. And yeah, thanks for watching. Till next time, take it easy.